Well, some cyclists in Toronto have organized a ride tonight at High Park to protest against what they say is the unfair targeting of riders.
So for more on this, we're joined by David Shellnutt, road safety advocate and lawyer representing injured cyclists at the Biking Lawyer LLP. Mr. Shellnutt, thanks for being here this morning. We know there was a meeting last night between Mayor Tory and a group of people that you're associated with. Were you at that meeting, and could you describe sort of what came out of it?
I wasn't, but I heard about it and read the statement later. And, you know, the mayor has continued to say we support police in the park. No mention of concerns that we're raising and that we're riding for today en masse, people on bikes in Toronto.
So some cyclists have described the treatment as harassment. Can you describe from a legal perspective what that means?
A couple weeks ago, we had a cyclist who was ticketed with trespassing in the park. He had asked a police officer to get out of a bike lane in his vehicle, and that seemed to upset the officer. Next, we had a woman chased down the street on her bicycle just outside of the park, grabbed and tossed off of her bicycle. Turns out that was an off-duty Toronto police officer. And then we had a officer from a division not associated with the park handing out not stopping at stop sign tickets to cyclists, and himself didn't stop at a stop sign later that day and hit a cyclist with his TPS SUV. It's really concerning what's going on here. There are rightful concerns by park users, but sending police in here to solve this issue is not appropriate.
So, David, what are some of the solutions that you're recommending? Because, you know, the flip side to this argument is, you know, cyclists have to follow the rules of the road, just like, you know, cars and anybody else here. And stop signs are one of those situations where, look, I get it. You know, you're getting up to speed. You don't want to slow down. Certainly.
We held a pop-up, and it's been widely supported, of doing dedicated race or speed cycling hours early in the morning or late in the evening at the park. We need to implement that right away. We showed it's possible and can do it. We need to rapidly expand the High Park movement strategy and get infrastructure in place to reduce conflict between road users. You know, if there's conflict between pedestrians and cyclists, police aren't the answer to that. Infrastructure changes are awareness campaigns. We have city staff and Cycle Toronto volunteers who can get down in the park and talk to people. This is a community issue that deserves a community solution.
But the mayor has been very clear, David, in saying that he can't get involved with how Toronto police do their business in this city. So what do you see as the solution here? I mean, what do you hope to achieve during that protest tonight?
You know, when it's on issues that the mayor is concerned about, gun violence or things like that, he very clearly says to police what he expects to be done. But when it's about violence in a park encampment or cycling, issues that are maybe not top of his list, he seems to not have control of the police or can't say anything. We have a cyclist who was assaulted by an off-duty police officer here, and the mayor's mom.
All right, okay, David Shellnutt. Well, we'll see what happens at the protest this evening. Appreciate your time this morning sort of teeing this up. He is the Biking Lawyer. Thanks for being here.
Thanks. Nick and Chanel.